Hello, welcome. Welcome. This is Zen-X Yoga, formerly known as Your Yoga Life. And I am Vivian Wolf, and this channel is for people moving through the different stages of menopause and just going through the different ways that yoga therapy can help. So for this series, we're actually going through what a yoga therapy session might look like. And we've done a few videos previously that talked about setting goals, about filling out the paperwork, talking about history and things like that. The last video we did a postural assessment, and today we're going to do a breath assessment. So when I, as a yoga therapist, am assessing someone's breath, it tells me a couple of different things. First and foremost, it tells me a little bit about their mental state of mind, their state of mind, because we connect with our mind through our breath. And also it kind of helps me determine like what their energy levels are at, things like that. So a lot of times when people come to do yoga, they think that they're going to get a lot of very challenging postures, and what they more often need is to build the awareness of their breath, because when you can control your breath, then you have better control over both the body and the mind. So we're just going to do a quick breath assessment here, and I'm going to use myself as the subject, the client. And I would love for you in the comment section to share your observations as we move through this. So I'm going to do two different positions. We're going to do a seated position and we're going to do a laying down position. So let's talk about this first. If you do meet with a yoga therapist, especially if it's a virtual, like an online yoga session, you want to make sure that you're wearing clothing in which, so that the therapist can see what's going on with you. So, and you want to make sure the lighting is done in such a way that they can have a clear view of your body and its movement. So for example, this outfit right here in and of itself is not real great. You can't really see a whole lot, but if I take this off, the shirt is slim enough that you should be able to see the movements that we want here. The pants probably, if we were doing a posture assessment, probably wouldn't be great, but since we're doing breath, it's fine. So I wanted to sit back just a little bit here and let the arms come to the side. So I would ask my client here just to sit back. Make sure shoulders are over hips, arms resting wherever they feel good. Might be sitting on the floor, cross-legged or with legs out, doesn't matter. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. And just start to focus on your breath. I might ask them to turn to the side if that's comfortable for them. And in these moments, I ask questions like, where do you feel your breath right now? Because what I'm seeing and what they're experiencing might be a little different. For me, I feel my breath the most in my side ribs, but it feels a little constricted. And these are questions I would ask in the collarbone. So if my client said they felt kind of restricted in the collarbones, I might have them put their fingers on their collarbones and visualize sending their breath into their fingers. Or if for some reason they said they felt like they were moving, the breath was moving forward and back instead of out and in, I might have them place their hands at their rib cage and send the breath into the hands. And see how that felt. And here I would ask them again, just to let everything rest. And then just take a moment here, take in the biggest breath in. And pause at the top of the inhale and hold your breath in just for as long as it's comfortable. And then exhale. And take a couple of breaths, just regular normal breaths. And then I would ask them to repeat that just noticing how long it feels like they can hold their breath in. And then the other side of that is how long can you hold your breath out? So exhaling all the way out and then hold until it feels natural to breathe in. And then let that go. Take a couple of breaths and try again. And then we would talk about the experiences, what sensations were present whenever that happened. If it felt like it was short or long, or if it felt difficult or easy, that kind of thing. So we would do all of that seated, and then we would move on to the floor. And if they have some support, I'm using a folded blanket here, but I would see if they could prop themselves up a little bit. And I have that set up this way, but I think I actually want to do it long ways here. So it's not very intense lift here, but we're going to put this edge of the blanket right at the base of the rib cage here. So laying down like that, making sure the head is supported, and they can, the client, you or the client can plant the feet or stretch the legs out, whatever feels better. I'd let them just breathe here for a few rounds, just observing what's present here. So what do you folks see? And then again, I would ask them, where do you feel your breath the most? And for me, I feel it in my belly, in my navel. I would ask if there are any places that feel constricted. And for me, I've got a little tenseness in the space between my shoulder blades. So just send the breath to that space. And what do you notice when I am intentionally sending the breath into the space between my between my shoulder blades? For me, it seems like my breath is getting fuller and longer. And here again, we would do the holding. So take a deep breath in. Pause at the top for as long as it feels comfortable. Do not force this. And exhale when it feels ready. Taking a few breaths and repeating. And then doing the other side of that. So exhaling all the way. Holding. And then breathing in when it feels natural. And then we would repeat that. From there, we would talk again about what the comparisons, the contrasts are between seated upright and laying down in all of those experiences and all of those observations. And from there, we would determine what kind of pranayama practice would be the right way to go to meet their goals. So again, we got to go back to the goals. Whatever your goal is, whether it's to combat fatigue, if you're experiencing that in menopause, or maybe you want to sleep better at night, you want to manage symptoms like hot flashes or night sweats. Those have particular pranayama practices, breathing practices that we use to kind of help manage those. So if you have any questions, that's it from me, my friends. If you have any questions, pop them in the comment section below. Also, for right now, if you'd like, sign up for a free consultation and let me know that you want a breathing assessment, and we'll go over what your breath is like, and then I'll give you a couple of recommendations from there. So all of the information for that is in the description, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, mwah, mwah, mwah. Take good care of yourself, okay?